Are doshas genetic? See, doshas are present at the time of birth, not just at the time of birth, at the time of when the ovum and sperm come and an embryo forms. And there are many factors that affects our doshas, not just one. And that means our prakriti. So we can say our prakriti is our genetic constitution, but also we should understand there are many factors that affects our body type or our prakriti. It starts at the time of pregnancy, the mental health, the physical health of the mother, the quality of the sperm and ovum, and the first 7 years of our childhood. All these has a big impact on our doshas. So the next question is, what causes phlegm and how do you reduce it? See, phlegm means you are connecting that to kapha dosha. So kapha, as I said, the word meaning of kapha is shlish alingane. So shlish means anything that is sticky. So phlegm is sticky in nature. So when you have too much of phlegm, that means your kapha has increased. That is a pathology, the mucus has increased. And to reduce that means you need to avoid the kapha qualities. You go through the kapha qualities and you need to eat accordingly, opposite to those qualities. Ayurveda believes like increases like and opposites balance. So you need to take exactly opposite to the vata. If vata is kapha is heavy, that means you need to eat light food. And light can be, it could be the vegetables, not like heavy meat or milk products can be heavy. So the best way to reduce your kapha is you need to avoid milk products like yogurt and cheese and butter and cold food. Remember, kapha is cold and heavy, so you need to eat light and warm. And kapha is also immobile, so you should start moving. A little bit of exercise is important so that you don't accumulate too much of mucus. We seem to be a combination of three, so how do you treat that? Yes, it becomes complicated if, see, we have all the three qualities, all the doshas in us. What we need to understand is which dosha has increased and what imbalances you have. If, for example, all the three doshas are imbalanced, has increased, so then the treatment becomes a little bit complicated. See, if one dosha is increased, so you can take the qualities opposite to that, that can balance that particular dosha. But if all the three doshas are increased, then the treatment, you should actually approach an Ayurveda practitioner to get the correct advice, because if you try to reduce one dosha, it can increase the other doshas. Because if you see the qualities of vata and kapha, they're exactly opposite to each other. Only thing that is common to vata and kapha is cold quality. And so that means you have to eat something warm. But if you eat too much of hot, then your pitta can increase. So if you have all the three doshas, if it is increased and has manifested as an imbalance, then you should approach an Ayurveda practitioner. So the next question is, can one say that typically we would be a combination of more than one dosha? Yes, we can. There are 7 different types of prakriti in Ayurvedic text. It's mentioned that we can be either a vata dominant or a pitta or a kapha dominant, or you can be a dual dosha prakriti. So that means you can be a combination of vata pitta, pitta vata kapha, or vata kapha, or you can be all the three, vata pitta and kapha, which is a little bit rare to have all the three doshas. So you can have 7 different types of prakriti. In English, doshas are translated as humors. Why is it so, and what does it mean? I don't know. It's a, for the energy. It's a Greek word. I think, if I'm not so sure, it's translated as humors, and it also means different energies only. So balancing is important. How to balance the doshas? Yes, Ayurveda talks about balance. It's the science of moderation. We need to find equilibrium within ourselves and with our nature also. So we need to find that balance. So either, for example, if you want to balance your doshas, you can balance it through food and lifestyle and sleep. but at the same time, for example, if you have too much of vata, you're very restless, or you're feeling anxious and nervous, you can also surround yourself with people who are more kapha, like more grounded and stable. So it's not just through food and lifestyle you need to balance. You can find these opposite qualities in your surroundings. So for if vata is increased, if you feel very nervous or anxious, you go out in the nature. That can calm your mind. That can be really grounding. So that you can get that kapha qualities there. If you feel very nervous and anxious, you don't go out in the crowd, which has the same quality, right? Vata is movement, it's change, it's turbulence. So we need to avoid crowd, for example, and you go into solitude, and that you can find in yourself, find a peace in yourself, reflect back. So try to balance that with opposite qualities. So that's why I mentioned those attributes of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So I hope that answers your question. Can a person's dosha, so there's one more question, says from Anu, can a person's dosha change over different phases of their life period? Is it constant from birth or does it change? It's a very good question. I really appreciate that question. See, Prakriti means your doshic constitution that you're born with, and your Prakriti doesn't change. What can change is your Vikriti. So if there is any shift from your Prakriti, that is your Vikriti. So when you have a Vikriti, that means your dosha has increased more than what you're born with. Then what you have to do is you have to find balance and you have to find back your Prakriti. But definitely, different time, different phases of our life, we can have certain doshas which becomes dominant. For example, childhood is kapha phase. Childhood is more kapha dominant. When your hormones get active, you come into the pitta phase of your life, and that is the time when we are more engaged into accomplishing our goals in life. That is the time of achieving things in life, and that's the pitta phase. For women, after menopause, we enter into the vata phase. So there is different phases in life, and depending upon in which phase you are, for example, you are in the vata phase of your life, that is old age. So you might have more vata qualities. You will experience vata as an imbalance, or maybe the good vata. Vata becomes more wise, have more wisdom. That is good things. So if you are already a vata person, you might get affected by the vata in the old age. Compared to a pitta person who don't have too much of vata in them, they are not affected as much as a vata person. So based on your prakriti and also in which phase you are in your life, you should actually balance your dosha accordingly. The next question is, how does Ayurveda stand in basic diagnosis of diseases compared to how does Ayurveda stand in basic diagnosis of diseases compared to others? Okay, compared to, you mean with the other science? See, in Ayurveda, when it comes to diagnosis of disease, we have different diagnostic measures, and also sorry about that, there was some phone call. Ayurveda diagnoses disease based on the doshas. First is we use different diagnostic measures like tongue diagnosis and pulse reading, and also there's a lot of questioning. Exactly the same way like we have in the modern medicine, that we call it darshanam, prashanam, and sparshanam. So darshana means observation. You see the person, and then you get some knowledge or information from that. And the second diagnostic method is prashna. That is, we ask questions. And then is sparshanam. Sparshanam is you take the pulse, and that is one of the way. Or there are different ways also. We feel the body and different organs through touch. So we use our senses, and these are the main three diagnostic measures that's mentioned in the Ayurveda text. So it is almost similar to the modern medicine. Of course, we have more diagnostic tools now in the modern medicine, but that all come under darshanam only, like observation. Either you use diagnostic tools, like now you have X-rays or MRIs or different scanning things, or now comes more latest diagnostic tools are there. You do the blood test and everything. So in Ayurveda also we have this called darshanam. One more question is how to treat any particular dosha, like acidity. Do you have to eat any particular food? Yeah. So if you give the example of acidity, that means we are talking about pitta dosha. If you have too much of pitta, or the pitta has manifested, the sour quality of pitta has manifested as an imbalance, for example, as acidity, then you need to balance the pitta with the opposite qualities. So pitta is sour, that means you need to avoid the sour quality. In Ayurveda, the first treatment is avoid the cause. So that you need to keep in mind. You need to identify the cause and try to avoid that. So why you feel sour? Probably you might had a lot of sour food or oily food, and your pitta has increased due to that because of fermented food. So first you avoid the cause, or it could be stress. So that is the first treatment, and then you need to eat opposite to those qualities, avoiding the sour, and what qualities balances the pitta, and that is sweet and bitter and astringent qualities, or those are the taste that balances the pitta. In my next lecture, I will be covering that, how we treat different imbalances. So Amit is asking, does a person have a combination of doshas? I answered to that question that we can be a dual dosha type. And how does one know the combination of dosha one has? So you need to first understand the doshas and the qualities of the dosha. And then there are many different kinds of questionnaire that you can look on the internet and try to see if you have more attributes of a particular dosha. So if you have many attributes from two doshas, that means you are a dual dosha type. So one more question from Janaki Ram. Is doing daily yoga nidra beneficial to improve the balance among doshas? Does Ayurveda recommend it? First, I'll answer that part. Yoga Nidra definitely is beneficial to our mind. When we talk about the mental dosha, it's different from the Sharirik dosha. The physical dosha is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Mental dosha is Rajas and Tamas. So when we have Rajasic quality, Raja quality of the mind is too much, that is somewhat related to Vata dosha. Yoga Nidra is very beneficial, and Ayurveda definitely recommend Yoga Nidra, and it will definitely help you to calm your mind, and also you will come into the sattva state of your mind, which is a balanced state of mind. So that is definitely recommended. And then the next part, the question is daily eating of Chavanaprash good for health for all doshas, and when is the right time to take and the dosage? Chyawanprash is a tonic which is very good for your immune system, and it's definitely good for your lungs, and it's a good tonic. So you can eat to boost your immunity, and the right time to take is you can take in the morning after breakfast. So that will be a good time to take. So the next question from Anu. Thank you for such a beautiful explanation. The pulse rate is checked by the Ayurvedic doctor upon visit. How do they diagnose the illness based on this factor alone? Yeah, pulse diagnostic is a very important tool in Ayurveda. We do take the prakriti, that is your body type, we understand through pulse diagnosis, and also your vikriti, your imbalances. So Yeah, that's a complete different, not just the rate. Pulse rate is just one of the aspect of the pulse rating. There are many other aspects we do with the pulse rating. So it's completely different science than the modern way of taking pulse. Yeah. So next question from Beena: can Ayurveda cure allergies? Are allergies only imbalances in our doshas? That's a good question. Allergies, we can definitely, I will not claim like cure, but it definitely helps. It all depends what kind of allergies you have. Is it for food, or is it for pollen? It's airborne allergies, or it can be the allergies with metals. So it depends upon what kind of allergies you have. And the most important in Ayurveda to treat allergies is you have to correct your Agni, your digestive fire. Because if your Agni is good, then it will not treat harmless substance as harmful. And that's what happens in allergies. Because a completely harmless substance, it could be food or any other things, the body sees as poison, or as a danger, and the body reacts. So if your Agni is good, you will not have any toxins, because toxins block the channels and it can create imbalances like allergies. So there is definitely very good treatments in Ayurveda for allergies. Okay, the next question is: today Patanjali has launched Ayurveda based COVID medicine with lot of fanfare. The medicine seems to be a mix of ashwagandha, giloy, and tulsi. What is the correct mix, like you were mentioning in the last session? Actually, this mix has been recommended by the Ministry of Ayush, and what is the you can take is 5 grams of ashwagandha, giloy each. 5 grams of ashwagandha, 5 grams of giloy, and 5 grams of tulsi. You can even take trikatu. For example, if you are more kapha in your body type, then you should go for trikatu, which will increase your metabolism also. But if you're more pitta, then you can go for tulsi. So you can take all these three: ashwagandha, giloy, tulsi, or trikatu, 5 grams of each. You can also add yashti madhu, also 5 grams. So 5 grams of ashwagandha, giloy, tulsi or trikatu, and yashti madhu. And you can mix it with water. You can all these powders will become 20 grams, and you can mix it with 160 milliliter of water. You can boil it, you can reduce it to 40 milliliter, and you can take 20 milliliter in the morning, 20 in the evening. So that will be a very good immunity kit recommended by the Ministry of Ayush. So next question from Yasha. Doctor, it has been an absolute pleasure to listen to you. Very useful explanation. Thank you, Yasha. Continuing on the acidity topic, does long hours of sitting cause acidity? Of course, long hours of sitting will definitely influence your digestion. So what you can do is you can make sure after having your meals you take a walk. So at least 30 hours you can take a walk, and that will help you. Yeah. What can we do, especially when our work demands long sitting hours? Do prioritize your health, and don't compromise with your health. So I would always suggest you to at least give some time for your lunch. Take 45 minutes of break. Don't, after you had your meal, go and take a walk. So next question is from Said is just expressed his gratitude. Thank you, Said. Agni is the navel chakra, the Manipur chakra. Does putting a drop of coconut oil when one has indigestion or acidity help, as suggested by some sources? It can help to a little bit extent, but as I said, don't go for specifying the problem, try to avoid the cause. So if you have acidity, try to avoid the cause that is behind your acidity. Dr. Syed, next question. Okay. You can definitely check my website. It's for Dr. Syed, rasayana.sc if you want to connect with me, or you can also get my details from Rtambhara. From Anu, what is the difference between Ayurveda and naturopathy? Okay, that's a completely different question. I think the naturopathic doctors will answer you better. I can only talk about Ayurveda. Ayurveda, as I said, is all about finding balance and harmony with ourselves, and I think it's a little more holistic. No offense, but I can only talk here about Ayurveda. Yes. So what's next question is from, okay, I think that's all.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Doctor. And that was a
Thank you.
beautiful explanation of those doshas. And I think we've got a lot of clarity. We keep hearing about these things, but we are now actually understanding what it is. So thank you so much for that. And I'd like to tell everybody that the third session is that doctor's going to take up is actually going to give us practical tips and insights on food, lifestyle, and sleep that suits our dosha type. So I hope you've actually identified what your dosha is, because from whatever we heard today. So on the 30th of this month, again, which is Tuesday, we have doctor coming back to talk to us at 7 p.m. on, like I said, sleep, food, and lifestyle. And before that, we have a program on the 26th of this month. We have Shri Ishwaranji, who's going to be talking to us on the psychology of emotions. This program, please listen carefully. We are going to start this program at 5:30. It's going to be from 5:30 to 6:30. So we will post that on our website and all the groups that we normally post on. But I'm just giving you a warning that it starts at 5:30. So please tune in at that time. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to listen to you because it's so clear and it's very, very beautifully presented. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you all for being here from all of us at Rtambhara. And we look forward to your presence on the 26th at 5:30 p.m. to listen to Shri Ishwaranji. And then again on 30th, Tuesday, to listen to Dr. Sangeeta at 7 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Veena.